Hey Beavers, it's Tuesday and I'm Lori and you're watching The Beaver Bunch, and I hope everyone had a very happy Thanksgiving. Mary Beth and I did pack up the dogs and we headed over to Michigan, and it was quite a good trip. We got to see our families and I ate so much stuffing. I think I could have been the turkey. Gobble gobble. But really I did. So this week is very appropriate for me, as I mentioned last week that it was Thanksgiving that I came out to my family when I was 18. I'm now 27, so 9 years of being out to my family. And I can look back at that time very vividly because for me, coming out to my parents was very important, and it was very scary, and it was not perfect. My parents say, or my mom says that she didn't know, but I think she did. She was in denial. I came out to my parents because my girlfriend had just come out to her mom, and her mom was kind of a bully to me. She did not like the relationship that we had. I think she knew that we were gay, and so she was always not that happy about it. And then when she had come out to her mom was like, I bet Lori hasn't come out to her parents. Yeah, she talks like this. That's how I picture her still to this day. And it was really rough, and so I had to prove her wrong, and although I didn't feel like Thanksgiving was particularly the best day to come out, I was like, well, screw that. I'm going to prove her wrong. It has nothing to do with it. It just so happened that her mom had called her out on it that day, and so I guess I just kind of pulled myself under the bus, and I was like, whatever, I'm going to do it too, and I did it, and I told my mom that me and this girl I was dating, that we were more than just friends. And my mom cried for a very long time, and as did I, but not in a good way, not in a, I feel so good to get this out, I feel like we're so much closer. No, I mean, it was bad. And God bless my mother. She is such a loving person, and I think it just really just threw her world off, and I think that that's okay, and it's necessary. And as a result, coming out to my parents has been one of the most rewarding experiences, because up till then, that was a part of my life, a part that I was either happy about, very happy about in a relationship, or like, feeling in love, or, that angsty, emotional teenage period of time, to it being really hard, getting your heart broken, having relationship troubles, not knowing what the hell's going on, and how you feel, and what she's doing, all that stuff that I was keeping from my parents. And they might not have been the people that I would have gone to first about it, but I feel as though coming out to your parents is a way really to be closer to your parents. And I know, like, from experience, that it took me a while, like a couple of years, to really feel like I could talk to my parents about the relationships I was in, openly, whether it was uncomfortable for me or assuming it was uncomfortable for them. I just really had to jump in, and I think that looking back now, I wish I would have just, ripped off the Band-Aid and been like, I'm gay, and, just really been, not like kind of TMI, too much information, and just share a lot more than I did, because I think I was protecting them, and in doing so, I think I just made it harder to tell them stuff long term. But anyway, I do think what everyone said, what AJ and Jess said about, telling your parents can be important, depends on your relationship with your parents. I think it also depends on how old you are. Like, I mean, I think your relationship with your parents changes so much as you go from being like a high schooler or junior high schooler or in college to being, co-adults with your parents. And so I think when you start to, like, when your parents stop feeling like they have to, like, look after you, or, like, literally protect you from being, like, young or whatever, or, until you have full independence, I think you don't appreciate your parents as much. So remember that these relationships can be really important, and I know that not everyone has a great parent to begin with. So, it's different for everyone. So this is just in general. I always try to overgeneralize, but then I end up talking to no one. I try to talk fast. I gotta go. But yeah, so I think ultimately the reason why it should be important is because your relationship with your parents will suffer a lot larger hits than telling them who you really are. And it's a truth. You're not. It's not a lie. It's not something you've done wrong. It's not something that you've done badly or failed at or whatever. It's you. It's who you are, and they need to figure out how to love you, or you need to figure out how to be patient with them. And those things take a lot of time. And I always say the sooner that you can get started with that process, I think it's better. Nobody's ever truly ready because you never know for sure how somebody will react. So my whole thing is just do it, because you can't prepare for it. You don't know what somebody's going to say. You don't know what somebody's going to do ever. Like sometimes it's the people that I thought were going to be most accepting of my being gay are the people that I've lost as friends. And you know what? In hindsight, I can tell you, I could give two shits about those people because they didn't know how to love me, and I want to have friends that love me. Like that's a pretty simple idea, I think. But you know, when you're going through it, it seems like it's your whole world, and oh, that's my best friend, or oh, my parents and I are so close. It's like, well, be honest with them. The best relationship that you can have with anyone in your life is an honest one. So, you know, the sooner that you can be there with yourself is a big deal. Like I know sometimes it takes some getting used to, and you have to just figure out yourself. And then if you can incorporate the people that you love into that, whether it's your parents or not, then I think you should start taking those steps. And I think that's a big reason of why I'm still here making these videos, is because I recognize the value in that and in my life, and I hope that I can, you know, encourage others to find that in theirs, because I think you can live a very fulfilling, rewarding, loving life with your, you know, with your family and with your friends. And those people might be different than who you thought originally, but you can resolve all of those things if you can, you know, just, you know, start with the truth. So, you know, I hope that this gives some of you the confidence that you need to take it to your family or to your friends or somebody that's really important to you. Because if you're really important to them, then they will figure it out. It might take some time, but try not to push them away just because you think that they're pushing you away. It hurts sometimes, but this is what makes us as gay people, us as LGBTQ, stronger in some ways. It's because we have to deal with this, and we have to understand relationships, and you have to, you know, you learn the value of a friend when you lose a friend, or you realize that friendship had no value if it cannot, you know, take you being gay. Like, you know, you'll understand, but you just have to figure it out in your life and in your terms, and with the people that you care about. But I certainly wish you the best of luck, but really just know that you're always loved, and even if somebody that you really care about hurts you in this process, just know that it will make you stronger, and it will always get better, and you can find happiness even if you're not happy now. It can get better. Okay, so just trust me on that, and happy outings. Bye.